When I started this, I was trying to figure out how to get the next job. I was working with a guy. I got to a point to where I needed a helper, and I was doing a job for another barbecue place close to my house, and we're enclosing a barbecue pit trailer, and we're putting it up, and it took longer than what it should be taking, but we're figuring it out, and we're finally at the end. And by the end of the day, we should be getting our check and moving on. And the guy that was my helper at the time, he said, "Hey, so what are we going to do tomorrow?" And it just hit me upside my head like a ton of rock. I said, "Oh man." I didn't say it out loud, but it was a gut punch because we didn't have anything for tomorrow. I hadn't been planning. I was putting so much energy and effort and focus on finishing this job right here because I needed this check that I wasn't answering the phone. We didn't have any calls coming in to get another job, to have something lined up for tomorrow in that point. And so when we finished that, there was a point of pivot. I had to pivot because I had to let him go. I had to kind of survive for a little bit and dig in and try to get some work. And we there was a shift in how I was doing things and the approach and whatnot. And so those are the biggest things. What's the most important? The question is, what's the most important job? I like to ask people and say the next one. If you don't have the next one, yeah, you'll see how important it was. Obviously that every job is important, but when you need that point of reference, you need something. That one is definitely a point.